designed to help you wind down at the end of the day and guide you into a better sleep for the night. All you need for the practice is a mat. You can use a cushion, have a cushion handy, or a meditation cushion to sit on. I don't have a meditation cushion handy today, so I'm sitting on a slightly deflated Pilates ball, but you can also sit on the ground. We're going to jump right in because it's a short practice. So we're going to start by sitting either on a cushion. I'm going to sit on this little ball, and I'm going to invite you to sit in a cross-legged position if that's comfortable for you. And I want you to change the cross of your legs. So if your right leg is normally the leg that goes in front automatically, I want you to try sitting with your left leg in front. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit strange, but what we're doing here is we're creating a different way that we do things in our body, a different way that we're going to rest this evening. Okay, so we're not going for the automatic, we're trying to change these little pathways in our body. We're just going to take a moment to fully arrive on our mat, to connect with our body, to connect with the present moment, and to just start to let the day. So I want you to sit up nice and tall, lift your shoulders towards your ears, let your shoulder blades settle down on your back. Close your eyes for a moment. We're going to take 3 breaths, breathing in through the nose and releasing through the mouth. Breathing in. Softly releasing the day. Another breath in. And release. Take another breath in. And release. And softly blink the eyes open. We're going to move from here into an all-fours position in the center of the mat. I'm going to come off the cushion with the ball and keep it handy because you might need it in a few moments. So we'll come into a cat-cow position in the center of the mat where my hands are directly beneath my shoulders and my knees are directly beneath my hips. And I'm just going to start by dropping the belly as I inhale, letting the gaze travel up towards the ceiling, and as I exhale, I'm rounding the spine, letting the chin tuck in towards the chest. Another breath in, and exhaling it out. Another breath in, and exhaling it out. Always breathing through the mouth if you feel that gives you more sense of release. Coming back to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to circle the hips around our heels. So I'll come forward. I'm going to start moving over towards my left-hand side. You can move into whichever side feels nice. Moving all the way around. Moving back. Drawing circles. The circles can be as big or as small as you like. Moving into the way that feels good for your body. Really connecting with the body. I'm coming into center, and now we're going to go the other way, so the opposite direction. So I'm moving around to the right, bending the elbows, coming over the hands, if I feel like that, if that feels good for your body. And taking one more on this side. And then coming into a place of stillness. Taking one more cat-cow again, dipping the belly, lifting the gaze, dropping the head, arching the spine. Coming back into a neutral spine now. From here, we're going to move into Parvrikadakasana. I'm just going to move my cushion a little bit further away. So we're going to walk the hands out in front of us, coming down onto our elbows and our forearms. And here, I'm going to bring my right hand all the way up to the sky and thread it under my left arm. I'm going to come down onto the right side of my face, and when my cheek is touching the floor, I'm going to walk my left hand further forward. So my hips are still above my knees. My right hand is fully down on the mat, palm facing the ceiling. And this left hand that's out in front, I'm going to squeeze it into a fist. Feel the tension when I squeeze it into a fist, and then release it out. Now I'm going to do it with both hands. So both hands coming into a fist, feeling the tension, and then releasing on an exhale. Feel that right shoulder melting into the mat. One more time. Inhaling, squeezing fist with both hands, and releasing out. Taking 2 more breaths here, breathing in. Releasing breath out. Another breath in. And release. I'm going to bring this left hand and we're going to walk it back in towards the body to drag that right hand back out, coming back into an all fours position. Do another cat-cow because it feels so good at this time of the day. And then arching the spine, twisting. Releasing the back and releasing the hips for restore so much tension over the day. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So Parika Bakasana, other side. Coming first down onto our forearms, knees and hips aren't moving. And then this time, threading the left arm underneath the right. Until I can bring my face, the side of my cheek down onto the floor. My left hand is facing the ceiling, and I'm going to walk that right hand away from the body. I'm going to start by clenching that right hand into a fist as I inhale, releasing the fist, releasing the breath as I exhale. With both hands now in, fist with both hands, you can hold it at the top, and releasing. One more time, inhaling, fists, really clenching the fists together, and releasing. Taking another couple of breaths here, breathing in, releasing the breath out. Another breath in, and releasing the breath out. We'll walk this hand in towards us now. Drag this other hand out from underneath us. And instead of coming up into a cat-cow, I want you to tuck your toes, lift your knees and lift your hips, and press up into a downward facing dog. Just feeling how that downward dog feels, maybe pedaling at the legs, just giving them a little bit of a stretch. And then we're going to look towards our hands. We can hop forward and sit down. And from here, we're going to move into a Z sit. So we're going to bring our right leg so that the shin is parallel to the front end of the mat. And then my left leg is behind. So my left knee is at the arch of my right foot, if that makes sense. Okay? We're facing forward, so we're facing out over our right knee. And we're just going to bring our hands down onto the mat. We're just going to play around here. Make this a somatic practice if you can. So we're leaning into that right hip if we lean forward. And feeling back, coming a little bit further up, we can feel into that left hip. And walk forward a bit more. We can bring our hands over to the right. Stretching over to the right, how does that feel? Releasing into the right hip. And walking the fingers back to center. Walking the fingers all the way over to the left. Feeling how that feels. Coming back into center. And coming all the way back up. If you can, without putting our hands on the floor, we're going to move over to the other side. So we're going to swing the knees around. We're going to come into the same position with our legs, but on the other side. So the left shin parallel to the front edge of the mat, and the right leg, the left, yes, this is the right knee, touching that left foot. Okay, same thing, other side. So bringing your hands down, and just folding ever so slightly forward, thinking of the fold coming from the hips. We really feel the release here. Noticing any sticky bits, any bits of tension, any bits of resistance in the body. And playing around with them, asking them to soften, never going to a place where it causes us pain. And moving back and seeing how that feels. Walking over to the left, so the hands walk over towards the left. Hands come back to center. And then hands walking over towards the right. Feeling how that feels. Bringing your hands back into the center. Again, without our hands on the mat, we'll bring both our feet up. Swinging ourselves around to a centered position on the mat. We release our hands and we're going to roll softly back down onto the mat. We're going to be lying on our backs for a few moments now. And as this is a practice for sleep and relaxation and rest, if you want to put a cushion behind your head, feel free. Yeah, I'm going to go with a cushion. When we're thinking about going with a cushion, all we want to do is just raise our neck ever so slightly so that our spine is in a straight line. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do half a happy baby. I'm going to extend my left leg long, and I'm going to bring this right knee in towards my right armpit. I'm going to see if I can hook my index finger or my middle finger around my right big toe. And my other hand is stretched out long beside me. And lift my foot up towards the ceiling. I'm just playing around with this sensation here. If I pull down on my fingers and bring my toe closer towards my armpit, I get more of a release in the hips. And you can do some tiny pulses here. I'm going to bring this left leg and place the left foot on the floor. I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee, so my legs are in a figure four. I'm going to bring my hands underneath that, and I'm going to just clasp that left knee just below the knee. So I'm clasping my shin just below the knee, and I'm just going to bring my legs ever so slightly in towards my chest, using my right elbow to press my right knee open. So my right elbow is pressing on my thigh, just opening that knee, making that more of a straight line with my right leg, with the right shin of the whole leg. Closing our eyes, just breathing into any sensations that are coming up here. It's quite a nice and stretch for the glutes. It always feels pleasant at the end of the day. Then we release the grip with our hands, and I'm going to guide this right foot all the way over towards the left. So my hands are extended out long, and I'm simply letting the feet fall. So my foot is coming flat onto the floor. My right foot is flat on the floor, and my left foot is just resting on the mat. I'm going to bring my gaze over towards the right. My head is supported by the cushion or by the mat beneath me. I can even close my eyes here, taking a couple of breaths. Bring my gaze back to center. I'm going to lift my feet back up. This time I'm going to extend, I'm going to leave my hands out by my sides. I'm going to extend my feet all the way up in the air for a moment, flexing the feet as if I was standing on the ceiling. Just looking up at my feet for a moment. Letting all whatever it is in our feet, letting tension, letting whatever our legs have been holding throughout the day just drain the other way. Bend the knees, bring the legs back down. This time I'll extend my right leg long, bringing this left knee in towards the armpit, hooking my index finger and my middle finger around that left big toe and coming into half happy baby. So just pulsing a little bit here. Again, making it a somatic movement. So moving the way that your body is asking you to. Really listening, tuning into your body. What needs to be released from your day? What little micro movements can we do to ensure that our rest is really restorative? Now we'll bring this right foot, then this right leg, bring the right foot onto the mat, cross the left foot over the right knee, and thread the hands through the knee. Grip the right shin with the hands, and press that left leg, that left thigh with the left elbow. Playing around with bringing the legs closer into the body, seeing how that feels, rather than hang away. And doing a few tiny pulses. That feels good for you. Now releasing the grip, bringing the left foot down onto the floor. The right foot is just resting there on the mat. And extending our arms nice and long. We're going to let our gaze travel over towards the left hand. The arms can be straight, there can be a slight bend in the elbows. The head is nice and supported. Should feel comfortable. And just taking a few breaths here. Bring the gaze back up to center. Bringing both legs back in towards the chest. We'll hug both legs in towards the chest now. Bring our hands to the inside arches of our feet and come into happy baby. So letting the knees move towards the armpits, letting the hips sway from side to side. And connecting with our inner happy babies. And it's such a joyful pose. And doing this pose helps us to reconnect ourselves, with our inner joy. Taking another breath here. We release the grip on the feet, bring the knees back together, hug the knees in towards the chest, and we're going to rock forwards and back, or you can roll onto your right hand side or your left hand side, whichever you fancy. We're going to roll and we're going to move over back into an all fours position. We're going to finish our asana practice with downward facing dog. So starting from a position of quadrupedia of all fours, tucking the toes, lifting the knees and lifting the hips, pressing the head back between the elbows, letting the heels sink down towards the floor. Take a few breaths here, but first of all, I want you to shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Really releasing the cervical spine. We'll take 3 sighing breaths here, really releasing out. Breathing in. And releasing. Inhale. And exhale. In. And next. Bring your knees dead onto the mat. Sitting back on our heels. Bringing your hands onto our thighs. Closing our eyes. Bringing our attention inwards to the center of the chest. Letting a soft smile come on our lips. And moving the tip of the tongue behind the front teeth. Moving all this lovely energy upwards. Blinking our eyes off.